So I pulled the hood off of my Cub, and it's funny because I looked at any number of videos on how to de-rust the gas tank and seal it. And now that I've got everything off, or I shouldn't say everything, well, it really makes me want to just completely disassemble everything. Now, what happened is, of course, the pipe going up to the muffler broke off, and this manifold is basically shot. Notice a lot of manifolds rust out. It must be in their nature. But I got a new manifold. It really wasn't that much money. And I always had a new carburetor, which I never put on. So I'm putting this all in. And I'm weighing whether to change the spark plugs and take off the head and replace the gasket and all that groovy stuff. And I'm probably not, simply because I need to use the tractor. I'm going crazy not having it. But all I can say is a Farmall Cub is a thing of beauty. And no man should ever be without this kind of toy, because there's something so perfect about it. Really, every piece of it is is perfect for people who love technology. Uh, is it technology like, let's say, a modern car with all of its fancy computerized whatevers? Well, in a way, it is as advanced, in the sense that it's far more advanced than anything I could ever dream of manufacturing. The difference between this and a Saturn rocket are the same for someone like me. I could no more if I was stuck on a desert island. The technology in a tractor and the technology in a space shuttle are identical as far as I would be able to reproduce them, which is the chance is zero. So, and it's funny because my Gravely was sold to me by a helicopter mechanic who says he's qualified to work on the presidential helicopter, the presidential Black Hawk. And you know, he, I don't know, he seemed to struggle with certain elements of the Kohler K181. Not struggle is not the right word, but it's not like, I don't know, it's all the same thing. Uh, if you have been blessed with being allowed to work on a Farmall tractor, you're one of the lucky ones. Now, what's funny is that I'm going to go through all the steps to de-rust the gas tank, but you know, of course, once I get it off, well, everything's rusty. I've just got to de-rust everything. Forget the gas tank. Every component is rusty and it needs to be redone. And you know, these lights have never worked. They've never been connected. So now's the time to look at them. Uh, I noticed Rachel Jingle, or the pretty tractor girl. She has a whole video on checking the generator and making sure it's working, making sure the charging system is working. And, I'm at least going to look at her video and identify all the components. There's a couple good videos on that. There was one by a guy who always labels everything with his enamel pen, and I'm going to do that too. But one thing I'll have to say about someone like me who never cut a blade of grass with a mower before he was like 48, No, not even 48. Like, I started to do heavy duty, I don't know, not lawn cutting, but I own this big farm and doing everything on it when I was like 55. Forget about pre 40, pre 50. I mean, I just started, but now that I am doing it, I just can't function without a tractor. I can't function without this tractor to mow grass and haul something. And um, and yet now that it's taken apart, there's any number of things I want to do. I just ordered some red coat for the gas station, for the gas tank. I put vinegar on the lawn, the shopping list, and yeah, I mean, I'd love to take the head off and check the gasket just because I'm sort of superstitious about that. I'd also like to. I don't know. Like, I'd love to remove the radiator and clean out the grungy area down here. There's like this little reservoir down there that fills up with grunge, and we'll just have to see. But you know, I've got my new manifold. I've got my new pipe. This is here's the pipe that goes on the manifold, and I've got a new carburetor. I'm gonna de-rust the gas tank, and maybe I'll just kind of use the rest of this as a learning experience. That's probably the best way to go about it. Oh well, yawn out.